With more than 2,160 cases of rape reported in the last 3 years, Namma city is now on the verge of turning into a hub for rapists. What is more shocking is the never-ending menace of the crime. This week alone, more than 10 cases of rape have been reported from various districts of our state. Well, today we'll take you through some of the cases of the past that shook the very conscience of the city. Take a look.
The Legislative Assembly on Friday witnessed acrimonious scenes and bouts of slogan shouting by members of the Bharatiya Janata Party and Janata Dal Secular. The furor rose over the alleged increase in the number of sexual assault cases in the state and the government's failure to ensure the safety of women. A sharp increase in the number of rape cases in the past 6 months, averaging at almost 2 a day, have got the authorities worried. Rapes and other crimes have shown an upward trend, especially in Bengaluru. Overall, more than 2,163 rape cases were registered in Karnataka in the past 3 years. Though our netas claim that the government is doing its best to reverse the trend, an increase in the figures stand testimony to the breach of their words. What is most shocking is the report released by the National Crime Records Bureau, which says that there is a 902% rise in case of rape across India between 1971 and 2012. Isn't it shocking? Well, the staggering increase is indicative of more cases of rape, one of the most stigmatized categories of crimes against women being reported. There is no doubt that violence, especially sexual violence, is on the rise. If you take into consideration the entire nation, there are the shocking statistics of rape in the last 5 years. 2009, 21,397 cases. 2010, 22,172 cases. 2011, 24,206 cases. 2012, 24,923 cases. 2013, 33,707 cases. These are the shocking figures of rape against women in the last 5 years. The increase in the number every year has now put our nation to shame. Bengaluru comes in at a shocking third with its contribution to crimes against women in the country. It is almost on par with the other mega cities due to its population density in a relatively smaller area. Interestingly, Bengaluru saw a decrease in the number of rapes reported, with the number decreasing from almost 97 in 2012 to 94 in 2013. But what comes as a surprise to the women in Bengaluru are the statements made by our netas claiming that the city is completely safe for women. Another shocking fact is that 90% of rape cases taken up in the city courts end in acquittal. In most of the cases, the reason has been the same, with witnesses turning hostile. The latest one in Bengaluru being the alleged molestation of a 6-year-old schoolgirl in Marthahalli. Hundreds of concerned parents stormed the prominent Vibjyor school in Marthahalli, where the child was alleged to have been sexually assaulted. Today in our show, we'll take you through 5 such cases of rape that shook us Bengalurians to the core and sent shivers down our spines. Nana Bharati Rape Case 2012. In what could be called a shocking act of depraved violence against a woman, a 21-year-old South Asian student of the country's premier National Law School of India University was allegedly gang-raped. A group of 7 to 8 drunken men from the adjoining Nana Bharati campus of Bangalore University dragged the girl into a desolated place on the outskirts of Bengaluru at night and raped her. The second-year undergraduate student was out with a male friend who works with an IT major in his Volkswagen Polo car. Around 8 hoodlums arrived on foot around 9 p.m. on the fateful night and smashed the windshield of the parked car with iron rods. They then asked the terrorized couple to get out of the car. They hit the boy repeatedly on his face and dragged them deeper into the thickly wooded campus. The assailants snatched the iPad and other electronic gadgets from the girl and raped her. Then they walked her to the hostel at NLSIU campus where she stays, returned the gadgets and thrust a 10-rupee note into her hands. She walked back to her hostel room and called her friend for help. The two immediately lodged a complaint at the Gnanabharati police station. The girl was later taken to Vani Vilas Hospital where she was medically examined. All 8 persons who indulged in the heinous act were later nabbed and sentenced for life. Byattarayanapura rape case 2014. A BBM student was allegedly raped by her boyfriend and his friend in Talagattapura on a Sunday night. The victim met a person by name Abhishek on Facebook about 10 months ago. He invited her for a ride and she joined him in a car driven by Abhishek's friend Raju. The duo took her to a deserted area in Talagattapura and raped her. Later, the duo dropped her at Byattaranapura. The girl immediately called up the control room and informed them about the incident. Police women immediately reached the spot and first took the victim to the police station along with them and lodged a complaint. During the investigation, it was learnt that the girl went with the man by her own free will as she knew him. All the 3 in the incident were drunk when the incident took place. Preliminary report indicated that the incident took place after mutual consent. Abhishek was taken into custody and Raju was later nabbed. Bidadi gang rape 2012. 3 bar girls were raped by a gang of 8 to 9 men in Mariappanapalya in Ramnagara district. 8 to 9 men aged between 20 to 25 came in a Maruti Omni van and Honda Activa to a house in Mariappanapalya. The house belonged to 7 bar girls working in casino bar in Gandhinagar in Bengaluru. They were staying on the ground floor for past 1.5 months. The gang overpowered 2 security guards posted outside the house and forcibly entered in. They threatened the girls to part with whatever valuables they had and took a gold chain, 6 gold rings, a television, a DVD player, 5 mobiles and rupees 15,000 in cash from them. The youths then kidnapped 3 bar girls out of the 7 and bundled them into a van after blindfolding them. They later took them to a nearby house and raped them. After the act, they dropped the girls near a bridge and fled. The girls called up Bidadi police station and narrated the incident, after which a police team rushed to the spot and rescued them. Later, 9 suspects, including a woman, were arrested in the gang rape. The cops learnt about the 8 of the accused during the course of investigations, as a neighbor of the victims hinted seeing 2 of them in the area who were petty criminals. During preliminary interrogation, the suspects confessed to the crime and provided enough clues to book them. The woman suspect was arrested as she provided information about the victims to the accused and abetted in the crime by conspiring with one of them. A case was registered against the accused under Section 363, 376 and 395 of the Indian Penal Code. Lakshmipura rape case 2011. Their missionary zeal brought them to India to work among the downtrodden, rural children and women. 2 women, one a German in their mid-20s, were shattered when they were allegedly gang raped by youths in a eucalyptus grove in Lakshmipura of Anikal Taluk on January 24, 2011. The victims were staying at Nana Jyoti Institute. They had come down to Anikal on a 1-year internship to study the functioning of the Stree Shakti project and life in Indian villages. As there were no witnesses and the victims had left the country, the case was closed. Anikal rape case 2012. A 5-year-old girl who had gone to a mango grove with friends to play and pick fruit was allegedly raped by 2 teenagers at Baipanadodi village off Husur Road. 19-year-old Madhura alias Operation Madhu and his 18-year-old friend Vijay were picked up for the crime. Venugopal, the father of the girl, returned home from work when his wife Shivama told him about their daughter having injuries on her body. The girl had gone to the grove and found the teens drinking. The duo dragged her into a nearby bush and assaulted her. The child's friends informed her parents. The villagers nabbed the culprits and handed them over to the police. The child, who was under acute trauma, was taken to Vanivilas Hospital for treatment. Madhura was a drunkard and was regularly involved in fights with others. He had even sustained stab injuries in numerous clashes. While the list continues, there seems to be no end to the number of cases reported in the last few months. Here is a timeline of events that took place recently. June 6, 2014, 28-year-old Shivarama Reddy allegedly raped an engineer from Jharkhand at a PG accommodation in Electronic City. Case status: he is in jail and is said to have confessed to 33 other cases of molestation and assault on women. April 19, 2014, a security guard sexually abused a 7-year-old girl in Marthahalli. 28-year-old Raju from Assam took her out of the building on the pretext of buying her chocolates. Case status: the charge sheet has been filed and Raju is in judicial custody. April 10, 2014, a 26-year-old home alone woman was sexually harassed by Mallikarjun in Sadashiv Nagar. He gained entry into her apartment saying the switchboard had to be fixed. He tried to rape her but fled when she began screaming. Case status: Mallikarjun was arrested but he was let out on bail. December 26, 2013, a 26-year-old woman working in a multinational company was attacked by 2 men at the railway foot overbridge near Coles Park. Case status: 3 men arrested. Cops recovered 2 stolen bikes, one of which was used in the crime. November 6, 2013, a 13-year-old girl was allegedly raped repeatedly by Ashwin Tabrekar, a software engineer from Hulimavu. She was his wife's niece. Tabrekar was arrested. Case status: the family compromised and withdrew the case. All of them went back to Kolkata. Home Minister KJ George assured the people of Bengaluru that his department will constitute a special team to put a curb on the increasing menace of rape cases reported in the state almost every day. 10 cases of rape have been reported during the last 1 week in Bengaluru, Kolar, Raibagh, Sindagi, Malur and Gulbarga. Meanwhile, a Congress legislator has blamed mobile phones for rapes. Kicking up a fresh controversy, the Karnataka Legislature Committee for Women and Child Development, headed by Shakuntala Shetty, recommended a ban on mobile phones in schools and colleges. In the wake of growing outrage over a recent spurt in sexual assault cases, the Karnataka government has decided to strengthen the Gunda Act to book rape accused under it and to set up 10 more fast-track courts. Well, the government believes that this step will help in speedy disposal of rape cases. But we wonder if only that could happen. While some NGOs suggest that death is the only punishment, some even fear to bring such cases into light, fearing family reputation. If the same situation continues, Karnataka will soon turn the epicenter for rapists. It's time that the law enforcers took stringent steps against the menace of sexual assault on women. A News9 report.